So hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel CodeML, and in this video I'll be showing you most of the common tasks which we do with the help of the SQL, that is the SQL database. Okay, so with the help of few of the SQL statements which we commonly use, today I'll be showing you with the help of live coding. Okay, I'll be creating some tables and then we will do some kind of sorting, and then filtering the data sets, and few of the rows to filter and get them printed. That also I will show in today's video. So most of the common tasks which we do in our day-to-day life with the use of SQL, today I will be showing you that. So okay, so now I'll be sharing my screen and I will be going on to my uh, live SQL editor. Okay, okay. So okay, so as of now I have shared my screen, and I will just. Okay, so if you're not aware of this, this is the live SQL platform where we don't need to install any particular tool for running our SQL queries, and online through live coding we can perform what all the SQL queries we need to run, and it's just for our learning purpose. This is the live SQL, and if you have not watched how to get over here, you can watch my earlier videos. I will provide the link in the description. Okay, so here is my first task. Okay, so your first task is that we are creating a table employee. Okay, so this is our first task. This is the way of how we comment in the SQL. Okay, so the double hyphen provides a single line comment, and if we write this slash operator with the star, and then this star with the slash operator, then so inside this whatever we'll be writing, this is the example of multi-line comments. Okay, so firstly, like I'm showing you how we are creating the table. The first database object where we stored the data, that is a table. Okay, so the table structure is like this. It should be having four columns, that is employee ID, employee name, city, and annual bonus. So this is the table structure. It should have these columns. So as you can see the values over here, these are the number values, employee ID and annual bonus for the employee. These are number values and these are string values basically. This employee name and city name, these are the string data types. Okay, so I've created the table employee ID, employee name, city, and annual bonus. Now what is this? See, first of all, I'm explaining this create table name. That is, this is our table name, this is employee. Okay, and then within this parenthesis, what we are mentioning, we are mentioning the column names with the help of their data types. Okay, so we have mentioned a column name and then their data type. Now, so the data type is number, and then we have explicitly mentioned the size. That is, this is the size. That okay, we are pretty sure that we'll be having employee IDs maximum up till 5 digits. Okay, that's why we have mentioned this as 5. So the size would be going till mostly till the number which have 5 digits. That is 99999. Okay, so that's why we have mentioned the number as 5. Okay, then employee name is varchar2, where we have given the size. This is the size. That means the employee name must be having, like, the max characters would be allowed would be 50, alphabets would be 50. Okay, and that's why we have mentioned, explicitly mentioned, the size of the employee name. Okay, so it will, that 50 means the number of alphabets in the name. Okay, then city also varchar2 50. Varchar2 is for varying character. Okay, so varchar2 is for the data type for all the string type objects. Okay, there are many other like character also, but we use varchar for performance purpose, so that it doesn't acquire unnecessary spaces. That's why varchar is used. Okay, then city, this is also varchar, and annual bonus again number. And we know that the bonus, like what will be what the organization or the employee would be getting, would be like max till 3 digit. Okay, it will not be, never it will not be a 4 digit annual bonus. Okay, so that's why we have mentioned as 3. Okay, so it can go up till 100 or 999. Okay, just in case, it's an example. Okay, so I will create this table first. This is employee table. I will run table created, you can see over here. Okay, and then see, this is the, like, these are the commands, these are the SQL queries, or you can say these are the SQL statements. These are what? These are DML statements. Okay, data manipulation language statements. Okay, So here what we are inserting into employee, that is the table, the records as in, see, these are those values which were mentioned over here. Employee ID is 5001 5002, then Manjeet, Aman, Rahul, Delhi, Shimla, Lucknow, 12 13 19. These are the annual bonus percentage. Okay, so here we have mentioned like this. See, the best practice is to even mention over here the column names as well. So here if you want to mention the column names, I will just write it as employee ID over here, then employee name, then city, and then annual bonus. Okay, so if you mention like this, then it will be really a good and a best practice to insert like this way, so that each of this column is like particularly knowing that what is its value. Okay, or else even if it is like, if you want to mention, just you maintain the order in which you are passing the values, and that will be completely fine. If you don't need to mention this column names list, that will be also running fine. So now I'll be running these statements. Okay, see, all the rows are inserted. I will just show you how many rows were there. These are 6 rows. So I will just run this statement now. Okay, perfect. So now you can see these are almost like 6 rows. 5003 was the last employee which we inserted, that is Karthike from Lucknow, and is having the annual bonus of 16. Okay, so now we have 6 records present in our employee table. This is our first database object, that is a table. Okay, now see, yeah, these are some, like, this was the table creation part. Okay, and how we can select and how we can check the values from it. So I will just explain over here what it is. Select star. Star means it will select all the columns from the table. So what is the table we are using? We are using the employee table. Okay, so select star from employee. Okay, one more quick tip I am giving you over here. You can even check that. Okay, let me show you first what it is. Let's check what is the output of this query. Okay, so you can see that sysdate is the today's date, that is the system time date. That's what we can check from a virtual table which is always present for our database, for the Oracle database, that is the dual table. Okay, so we have just selected the sysdate from the system date. Okay, so system date is 23rd June, that is today's date, so that we can check from here. So this is, see here, I just wanted to tell you that dual is a virtual table which we can use for any operations. Okay, why? Because I will show you in a while that why I have used this. Okay, I'll be commenting this query as of now. Now I will go on and will show you print 1 2 3 in different columns from for a query. With the help of query, I will try to print 1 2 and 3 in different columns. Okay, so let's check like this. If you write just simply like this, from dual. So dual is a virtual table. I will again reiterate, dual is a virtual table which is present and available all the time in our Oracle database. Okay, select 1 2 3. This is the column name and this is 1 2 3. So if you just want to make it a little bit much clear, you can write it as column 2, column 3. Here what I have written over here as column 1, that means as we are, when we mention as, or even if you don't mention, suppose if you don't mention over as, but you just give a space after the value, then it will assign the this name as an alias name for this particular value. So if you run this, so here you will not get 1 2 3. Here in this column list names, you will get as column 1, column 2, and column 3. Let's check. Now you can see the output, it is as column 1 value 1, column 2 2, and column 3 is 3. So this way you can even mention the column names as well. Okay, on the go. Okay, when you're writing a query. So now our next query would be I will just track it. So now our next query would be, write a query to display the sum of two column 1 column 3 from above. That means of like this, suppose if I want to add this column 1 value, that is 1, and column 3 value, so how we can do? Since, see, the best practice would be if I write as 1 plus column 3 from dual. So it will not work. Why? Because see, this table is just present. It will not store a value. It will just execute at the runtime every time. It will not store any particular value for you. Okay, here I reran the select sysdit. It has not stored somewhere. Okay, it sometimes it is always a refreshing table. Okay, it will not store anything. So if I need to add this, it has not stored these values anywhere in the database. Okay, so again, what we need to mention, we have to just need to mention like this. Okay, and now we are perfectly fine in column 1 plus column 3. From where it is checking now, for this keyword, that is from keyword, this will act as the table. Okay, so I will just remove semicolon from here and I will put it as here. Okay, and now here these values are stored in a dual table. So let's check that whether it will give what is the value of column 1 1 and column 3 value is 3. So let's alias it as sum, or you can write it as total. Sum is a oracle keyword, so sometimes it may confuse. That's why I have written as total. Okay, let's run this. Total as 4. So column 1 had value 1, column 3 had value 3, so 3 plus 1 4. That's what it has done at the runtime, giving the sum of the two columns. Okay, so this is one. Now I am coming on to next query. Write a SQL statement, write a SQL query, you can say, to display specific columns like name and annual bonus for all the employees. So rather than fetching all the columns, if you need to suppose, see, this is a very short table. This is just a very beginner level table where you have only 4 columns. If you have suppose 30 columns or suppose 50 columns, and you don't need all the columns in your output, then how it will be done? It will be done with the help of selecting the fewer columns in a select list. Okay, select, what is it is asking? Employee name. So we'll be exactly writing a select employee name and then annual bonus. That's it. And here you have to mention from which table. So we need the columns from the employee table, and what all the columns are required? Employee name, annual bonus. So now it will give us, it will fetch only the employee name and annual bonus, all the records. Okay, it will fetch all the records. So you can see in our output, we have only got employee name and annual bonus for like all the 6 rows. Okay. Okay. Now this is our next, that is a write a SQL query to display columns in a specific order like employee ID ascending and annual bonus descending from above table. Okay. So how we can do that? I will show you. Select uh, employee ID. What I have used just next to employee ID. Okay, that is the full column name. Employee ID. It will display all the columns. Okay, let's check. What we'll be doing is I will be fetching all the columns from the employee table, and here what we'll be doing is we'll be ordering it. Order by is the clause through which we can sort out the results, and we'll get the output in the sorted form. Okay, so we'll be sorting out with the help of this order by clause. So order by, firstly I will be writing it employee ID, and if you want to write it as ascending, right? Otherwise the default keyword with the order by clause is always ASC, that is ascending. Okay, so let's check first that. Okay, we'll be running it. Okay, so now you can see it has sorted the results in the ascending order from 5001 till 5007 last. Okay, so previously it was not sorted, but now we have got a sorted result set in our output with the employee ID ascending, that is from minimum to maximum 5001 and 5007. Okay, now we will check for annual bonus descending. That means firstly we will place at the top the person or the employee who is getting the maximum bonus. Okay, so here nothing you have to do, you have to just write annual instead of that employee, and here the keyword is descending, that is DESC. Descend, for descending you need to provide the keyword. It will not be like defined on its own. You have to explicitly mention the keyword, that is descending DESC. Okay, so this will work for you. This is the Oracle keyword, and you just run that. 19. So Rahul is getting the maximum bonus 19, and then Prachi, Karthik, it's like that. Okay, till last 12. So now you can see employee is not now sorted. The sorting has been done by the column annual bonus and then descending. Okay, so here even you can provide the maximum like the even multiple columns are also we can provide in the order by clause. So if suppose here it has asked employer ID ascending and then annual bonus descending. So here if you write like this, employee ID ascending, annual bonus descending. So firstly, it will sort the result set in ascending order for employee ID, and then if suppose two persons have their initial name with the same like alphabet, then it will do the sorting for annual bonus in the descending order. Okay, so it's like that. Okay. So here, firstly, you can see that employee ID has been sorted in ascending order. Since here nobody has like all have different initials, that is M, A, K, R, D, P. If suppose with Manjeet, other person would have named as Manu. So then what it would have been done, and he suppose he would have got like the bonus would have been 14. Then that person would have been at the top, and Manu would have been at the second place. Okay, so it's like firstly it will do a sorting based on the ascending order for the employee name, and then the descending for the annual bonus. Okay, so you can like these scenarios you can practice on your own. I'm just showing you the way. Okay, now this is our last query which I'll be showing you for today. That is the write a SQL statement to display names and city of employees who belongs to the city of Lucknow. So here what we are doing, we are filtering out the result set. We are not capturing all the result set. Here we are just finding those employees, those who are of Lucknow. Let's take that. Select star from employee where clause will filter out the result set for you. That's why we use a where clause. So here where city is equal to, since you are filtering out the result set based on a column which is a string data type, so you need to like provide the quotes. Okay, for number you don't need to provide a quote, that is a single quote or a double quote, but for a string data type you need to provide a quotes, like no, nothing else. Okay, and you just provide a semicolon and they should work fine. So we have as of now in the results that you can see Karthike and Rahul are from Lucknow. We'll just run that. Okay, so why it has been like this? Oh, okay. See, this is the case sensitive. Okay, we have mentioned over here Lucknow like this. Okay, now it will show the result set for you. Okay, now you can see the result set is Lucknow. Rahul and Karthike both are the employees who are living in Lucknow, and what all the respective columns you need to check out, you can check. Okay, so these were a few of the queries, like how to filter out the data, and like some general print statement, how we can do a print statement with the help of dual table. These are very like conceptual and very basic things which you should know for querying the SQL database and creating the table structure and the table database object. So I hope you are clear with today's video, and if you want the scripts for this, please mention in the comment. I will be posting the script in the link. Okay, and or else like I will provide in the comments as well. Okay, so thanks for watching my video, and please do hit like and share, subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.